name. India, location, size and physiography, part 1 of standard 9. Let's try to understand the name of the chapter first. Obviously, the chapter is going to give us information about India in the term of its location. What do you mean by location? Where India lies on the world. Its size, what are the north-south as well as east-west size of our country, means the land area, and also it will give us information about physiography of India. What do you mean by physiography? Physiography means different physical features that prevail into our country. Now, what kind of the physical features prevail? Like mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, right? We know well that whatever mainland we have on India, that all is having different physiography, different kind of the land forms like mountains, plateaus, plains. So that all we are going to study in the chapter. The chapter is divided into two portions, chapter number 13 and chapter 14. Chapter 13 is part 1, 14 part 2. So we are starting with chapter number 13. Right? Let's have the introduction of the chapter. India holds a unique position among the countries of the world. If we talk about our history, we have already learned that India is having a good reputed position into the world. Many things which were manufactured in India are in demand in many countries of the world. Right? Even we as an individual always have the reputation in the international market that Indians are very polite, they are very mixing by nature. Right? So this is how India always holds a unique position among different countries of the world. Having the largest democracy and one of the oldest culture. If we talk about India, India is the country giving to its people the largest democracy in the whole world. We the people of India enjoy so much rights, right, which is given to us in the name of democracy. Right? So we the people of India enjoys the largest democracy in the whole world. We are able to live the life we want. We are able to wear the clothes we wear. We are able to follow the religion we want. We are able to share our views, whatever we think correct or incorrect. We are able to, or we have the freedom of speech also. Right? India has become a cultural confluence. Since ancient time, we know well that India is an amalgamation of different cultures. Many different religions are followed in our country. And we, Indians, always consider all the people belonging to different religion equal. And we also offer equal rights to all the peoples, no matter they belong to which religion, which class, which caste. It does not matter for India. India always treats each and every people living in the country with equality. And so we have the cultural confluence, means all the religions, no matter they are different than one another, we respect towards one another's religion and we have tolerance also for all the religions. Right? Many natural and man-induced disasters took place since ancient time till today. We know well that many disasters, either it can be natural or sometimes man-induced, like bomb blast or terrorist attack, have hit our country. But then also, since these many years, we are showing constant progress in the whole world. Right? Even in our growth and development, geographical conditions have contributed immensely. Right? We know well that if I talk about India, on the northeast side, here we have the great mountains of Himalayas. Right? Whereas Tropic of Cancer passes through the mid of India. Even the southern part of India tapers. Tapers means that become narrow when going south. We are having a large peninsula region. Right? India is surrounded by the three sides by water bodies, which is helping in our growth and development. We can have easy trade relations with many countries of the world, as we have peninsula region in the south. Right? So this is how even India's geographical location is having immense contribution in the growth and development of our country. Now let us move towards the topic of India's location, size and area. And if I talk about India's location, you all know well that India lies on the northeast hemisphere of the world. So if I talk about India on the world, we lie on northeast side of the world. The span of mainland of India extends from, so I am talking about the latitudinal and longitudinal extents of our country. So if I talk about that, it is 8 degree 4 minutes to 37 degree 6 minutes north latitude and 68 degree 7 minutes 97 degree 25 minutes east longitude. These are the longitudinal and latitudinal extents of our country. We just discussed that we lie in the northeast part of the world. So obviously we would be sharing the latitude and longitudes of northeast. Right? So these are the degrees, the latitudinal degrees and longitudinal degrees of India. Right? Now let us talk about the area, right, of our mainland. Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So if I start from here till here, the distance between the two extremes from north to south is 293,214 kilometers. Right? North to south. Distance is 3214 kilometers. And if I talk about west to east, west extreme is Gujarat, east extreme is Arunachal Pradesh. So its size is 2933 kilometers. Right? So this is about the area of our country. From north to south it is 3214 kilometers and from west to east it is 2933 kilometers. Even from most mid Tropic of Cancer passes through India. which divides the India into two portions. Right? On the northern parts, we have the great extents of Himalayas. A big Himalayan portion is here. Besides the Himalayan portion of India, we have the mainland of northern plains. Right? Here we have plateaus. Here it is peninsular boundary. Right? So this is how area wise India is a very huge country. The standard meridian of India is 82 degree 30 minutes east longitude. This is 82 degree 30 minutes standard meridian. Right? Now what do you mean by the standard meridian? Standard meridian means the longitude which would be deciding the standard time of India. For that, we require to understand the term of standard time and local time first. Standard time means the average time which is equal everywhere in the whole country. And local time is the local timing of a particular state. See, now what is the criteria? That if I talk about India, India is area-wise very large country. We all know that the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So whenever the sun rises in the east, in Arunachal Pradesh, it is still night in Gujarat. Right? Because its area is very wide. Just imagine 2,933 kilometers, which is very large area. So sun cannot throw its heat at a time to whole country. So there is difference of 2 hours in the standard time and local time of our country. So can I say that when there is sunrise in Arunachal Pradesh, we would be having mid-early morning. So if sun rises at 5 o'clock in Arunachal Pradesh, in Gujarat it would be 3 o'clock in the night. Right? So this is how it is having 2 hours of difference. So obviously when we are having 2 hours of difference in the local time, it would be difficult to carry out many such transactions. So each and every country have their own standard meridian on which they would be deciding the standard time of that country. So our standard time is decided from this. You are able to see this dotted line longitude, which is 82 degree 30 minutes, which passes by 5 states of India and from Allahabad too. Are you getting? So this is how India's standard meridian is 82 degree 30 minutes. The total land area of India is 32.8 lakh square kilometers. If we talk about the total land area of our country, then it is 32.8 lakh square kilometers. By this area, we rank the 7th largest in the whole world, area-wise. Then which are the 6 larger countries than India? The 6 larger countries than India, area-wise, are Russia, Canada, USA, China, Brazil and Australia. And we, India, rank 7th in the whole world in the terms of area. Right? The land area of India lies to the South Asia. We know well that India is the part of the continent of Asia. So we lie on the down south side of Asia. Bay of Bengal lies to its east. We know well that here it is Bay of Bengal. On this side, on the west side, we have Arabian Sea. And on the southern side, we have Indian Ocean. Right? So this is how 3 sides are covered with water bodies of India, which is having immense contribution in waterways, by which it is easier for India to establish trade relations with many other countries. So this is about India's area, location and size. Rest of the topics we would cover in the next lecture. Till then, do watch the video carefully and try to get everything what we understood. Thank you.
आभार।